Authorised firearms officer Martin Blake has been cleared and found not guilty of the shooting of Chris Cabba, who was shot and killed back on the 5th of September 2022. Welcome to Combat Ready HQ. Today we're just going to be going through some of what's come out in the news, my thoughts and opinions, and the breakdown of sort of what happened and whether I think it's justice or not. Thank you to all of you who have viewed and supported, and if you want to continue supporting the channel, please like, share and subscribe. And if you want to support in other ways, you can become a channel member. Just click the join button below. So it got released yesterday that Martin Blake was cleared and found not guilty for doing his job. Yes, he did kill someone, but the person he killed, he felt could have killed someone else if he didn't pull that trigger. There is some footage. We'll sort of watch the footage. We'll go over that a little bit and then we'll sort of give our thoughts and opinions. Please comment below what you think of this as well. Please always leave constructive comments, no abuse, anything constructive, and I'll do my best to either like or respond. I do try and read all the comments. So we've got the sound down, and just because of what's sort of going on and sort of copyright issues, but they are following the police car via helicopter and unmarked cars. The car that Chris Cabba was driving, the Audi Q8, pretty decent car, got pinged on an ANPR, so okay, so the police detection system. The car got pinged because of a drive. It was used as a getaway vehicle for a shooting that happened the previous day or a couple of days before that. It wasn't announced on this. The police officer didn't know about this, but it did come out that Chris Cabba had been involved in a shooting someone in both his legs at a nightclub in Hackney. So this car's pinged up. They've then followed it. So as you can see, they're following it. Police officers jump out and they block him in. As you can see there, really good detailed map here. There's the car Chris Cabba's in. You've got an unmarked car here. You've got marked police cars and another marked police car. And then as you saw in the footage, loads of armed response officers have jumped out. I think it was 10 in total. So they've then surrounded the car. What you're going to see here though, watch this. He's then driven forward again. Marked cars are followed again to block him in. He's then reversed out. See a little angle here. As you can see the dots as well, a police officer's running around trying to get him out of the car. He's driving back and forwards. As you can see there, back and forward, trying to ram his way through. As you can see, all the armed response officers there. Bit of confusion, most probably trying to, gain full situation awareness. They're all talking to each other. You can hear it in the footage. And then just around then is when the shot was taken. And I've looked at a few different sort of videos on this. Some people have already put out their own spin on it. And I've read through some of the comments. And you've also got his family who are upset, and they deserve to be. They've lost a son. He was due to be a father. Cousins, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunties. Don't get me wrong. Whenever someone dies, the family are going to be upset. But first of all, before we go into any more details, if he was innocent, why not just stop the car? Pull over. You've been blocked off. Put your hands on the steering wheel. Slowly get out of the vehicle. Cool, get arrested, go through your interview, speak to the officers. The officers didn't know about the actual shooting the day before. They just knew the car had been involved. They didn't know the details because they hadn't been released. But obviously they would have been heightened. They would have been alert, knowing that that car had been involved in a shooting. So straight away, they know they could possibly be dealing with someone dangerous. But why ram the car back and forward if you're innocent? Or trying to get away? So just jump out. So you got all these protesters saying he's innocent. Police can do whatever they want, which I'll cover in a minute. They can't. Get out. That didn't happen. So he's ramming back and forwards. Then you've got the other comments. His hands were on the steering wheel. You couldn't see a firearm. The police had no right to open fire and engage the target. Just because it hasn't got a firearm doesn't mean there isn't one in there. And secondly, the car can be a weapon. It's not always a firearm. What if someone was holding a knife or a baseball bat, a screwdriver, whatever it is? Anything can be used as a weapon. And Officer Martin Blake said, I fired one round. He didn't actually intend to kill Chris Kaba. It was just to neutralise the target, I believe. I can't 100% say for sure. I haven't got the full scram tip. Maybe he did. But because he felt other officers' lives were in immediate danger. So within the army and the police, we've all got rules of engagement. People just think you can open fire. You can't. This was big. So many officers down their weapons and went on protest because this guy got taken to court for doing his job. Right? Police officers and even the army sometimes are the army's different, especially when you're an ops like Afghan, but so hesitant sometimes to open fire because things like this happen. Right? They're doing their job and they get dragged through court over the next couple of years just for doing his job every time, pretty much. So they're like, if you're not going to let us do our job and we're going to get prosecuted every time, then what's the point of us being here? So have a think about that. But yeah, they can't just open fire. And with the rules of engagement, is someone's life in immediate danger, okay? Or is their intention to do something? With an Audi Q8, it's a big, heavy car. He's ramming it into forward and reverse, forward into reverse. You've got loads of police officers around the car trying to get him in and out. First of all, he could have run over a police officer there. Secondly, he's driving dangerously and erratically. If he did get through, he could then hit a pedestrian, a bystander. So the police officer opened fire, engaged the target, neutralised the target, and he had the right to do that. And the jury found him not guilty in 3 hours. And it's correct. But police just can't open fire willy-nilly because this would be happening all the time. There's a lot of stabbings, there's a lot of shootings, there's a lot of dangerous driving, and police rarely open fire to stop a target. A lot of the time they'll tackle them down, they'll break a window on the car, they'll get hold of the steering wheel, or they'll try and talk them down. British police go through rigorous training on communication skills. Through the application process, they check your communication skills. How good are you communicating? No longer or ever have you been able to just open fire, and this has proven it. He opened fire. He fired one round, dragged through the courts for the last 2 years. Was he entitled to fire that round? I believe he was. You're going to get all the critics and the other people saying he wasn't. Yes, he was. He ultimately believed in himself, and that's all it comes down to. He ultimately believed in himself that someone else's life was in immediate danger, whether that's his colleagues, any pedestrians or bystanders. So he opened fire to stop the car, to stop Chris Kaba. Of course, so Chris could have had a weapon in the car. It was used in a shooting, or been alerted that it could have been used in a shooting the day before. But he had 100%, I believe, immediate threat to someone in and around the area. So I had to take action. Once again, coming back to the earlier point, all this, he's innocent, lovely kid. He might have been a lovely kid. Just stop the car then. Why are you trying to run away? You're trying to run away because you've done something serious and you don't want to get arrested. If that wasn't the case, police sirens go on. Majority of people just pull over. What's up, police officer? If you'd stopped the car first thing, none of this would have happened. So that's my thoughts and opinions. Like I said, when it comes to the British Army and police, if you're looking at joining, you come under rules of engagement. You can't just go around shooting everything. Even when we're in Afghan, we're strict under rules of engagement. If they start firing, you drop that weapon, turn away, drop that weapon and run back, and their backs towards you and they've got no weapon in their hand, you can't shoot them unless you see them jump into another firing position and pick up another weapon. Same with the police officers. Police officers are even more restricted. They get dragged through the courts all the time, and police officers have had enough of it. They want to be able to do their job, knowing that they won't get prosecuted every time they pull the trigger. So, but like I said, please, constructive comments below. Always like to know your thoughts and comments on this. Anything constructive. I actually don't delete comments, even if they are abusive. YouTube's algorithm does sometimes get rid of comments, but I won't. But constructive comments, I'd be very interested to know your thoughts. And this marries across to going into the military. If you're in the military, you're looking to join the military, you always come under rules of engagement. And no matter where you go on operations, you will get told those rules of engagement. You also have something called a card Alpha and a card Bravo. And as long as, you 100% feel that that person's life or someone around you is an immediate threat and immediate danger, then you have the right to engage. But if you don't, then you don't. You have to go around it another way. Martin Blake had that feeling and he was found not guilty. Thanks for watching. Remember, please like, share and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel in any other ways, you can become a channel member, and keep an eye out for some of our new mugs getting released soon. Catch you in the next video.